This is Heather Ariel with House of Astrology. Happy holidays, everyone. I wanted to use this month's video to do something a little different. I wanted to thank you. House of Astrology has had an amazing year. Most of you know I published the Fundamentals of Astrology, a 52 card deck and guidebook. And so many of you have purchased this. It means a great deal to me. And a lot of you have sent me some questions, some very simple questions, some pretty advanced. So I came up with two plans. One, I'm turning this video into a quick start guide. So I'm going to answer those questions you sent me that I can just answer very quickly. I'm going to do that right now in a quick video. But because some of the questions you all sent me were quite sophisticated and require detailed answers, I've decided to do a webinar, an in-depth webinar. It'll be for free. And if you've purchased this, if you've already purchased this, it's available on Amazon, and it's available at bookstores across the country, but you can definitely get it on Amazon. If you've already purchased it, or if you purchase it by January 15th, then you're eligible. You can sign up for the webinar. I'll take your questions, and that will be a really advanced webinar where I can really show you all kinds of ways to use the deck, because that's what a lot of the questions are. You want to make sure you're getting everything out of the deck, and absolutely, I want you to be doing that as well. This is what this is what the pack looks like. Okay, so just in case you haven't purchased it yet, just so you see what it looks like, this is what it comes like, and then you take this off. Now it's in plastic. I've already taken the plastic off. It's a 5x7 book. It's a beautiful book, and you'll see quite thick. It's 300 pages. Now it's in color, which is very unusual for a guidebook. And if you go through, they're just beautiful. All the art is represented, looking really, really beautiful. There we go. And the pages are really nice. Now keep in mind, this is a reference book. This covers the fundamentals. So you don't have to, that was one of the questions. You don't have to read it in order. You don't have to start at page 1 and end at 300. This is a reference. I'm going to show you exactly how to use it now. These are what the cards look like. It actually comes with a band, but I've taken that off. You see, it's so easy though to get them out. Now, first thing you do, let's start with, because a lot of you wanted to know, I'm new to this. How do you develop you want to develop your psychic ability? How can you use the cards in an inspirational reading? I got that question a lot. Because you're just starting out, so you don't know the advanced spreads. All right, first thing you do now. What I'm about to tell you will not just work for my deck, but any oracle card deck you purchase, tarot, if you have some tarot cards, this is what you should do. Anytime you get a deck that you're going to use for inspirational readings, when you get it out, you want to really take each card, you want to look at each card, and you want to read, if there are messages on the card, you want to read what all those messages are. You want to take in the beautiful watercolor, and I should say all these watercolors are by the renowned artist Tom Cummins. It was a magical collaboration. It was just a magical one. So take it in, and only when you really feel that you have really taken to heart the messages and the image on the card, only at that point then do you go to the next card in the deck. And I just picked 2 purples because these are zodiac. Here's a green border, a house. So, and then you're making the deck your own. All right, so you want to touch each one, take those in. Okay, say you've done that. You want to bless the deck. Now, there are many ways to do this. I'm just going to share with you what I do, but you do whatever you want. I like to say, Yeshua, Eheye, Esheach, Eheye. Angels and guides, please bless this deck, activate it, free it of all past energies, and please allow me to use this deck to receive accurate messages, and also allow me to accurately interpret them and allow me to get readings that will help inspire and prepare me to reach my full potential of perfect health, happiness, and abundance. So that's just, I like that one. You do whatever you want, but the point is you want to bless it, you want to clear it of past energies, you want to activate it, and you want to, because this is the whole reason you're using this is to connect to your guides, right? You want to get messages from your guides. You want to develop your intuition. You want to strengthen your connection to your ethereal environment. So you want to do all this to start with. All right, you've done this. Now I'm just going to teach you a one card spread. And if you want to know advanced spreads, then you can sign up for the webinar. By January 15th, you have to buy the book to sign up for that. Now, you can, you shuffle the cards. You can shuffle many ways. You can shuffle like this, and then you can, then you can cut. You can pull a card. You can, if you have a big surface, you can spread all the cards out on a table, and you can pick a card. So say you pick a card, all right? Okay, you picked a card. And let's just say this was upright. So that was another question that we're going to talk about, because people say, ooh, there are 2 messages on each card. That's unusual. It is. So it's a pioneering design that I designed. I did that on purpose, and I'll talk about that. But say this is your message, and you've asked, please inspire and prepare me for the day. Something simple. Pick one card. This is the 9th house card. So what you're going to do is first, you read the message on the card, and whichever way you get it is your message. So if you get it this way, you're going to read this message. This is upright. If you get it this way, then you're reading that message, okay? So you're reading the message that is right there. So this message, the road less traveled. Leave your worries on the doorstep. An exciting new journey awaits you. Well, you have an idea already about what the message means, but if you look it up, you can read a detailed message. So remember, there are those 3 ways to look it up. I just go for the green. It's green. I'm gonna go to the green part of the deck, the green part of the book. The houses are in order, and I'm just flipping through. I like to look at the paintings anyway. There I am, 9th house, pretty fast. And I didn't even really rush. Okay, so one is just a couple of pages for each card. I would read the 2 pages that cover this card, because your guides, there's something about the 9th house that your guides want you to be aware of and incorporate into your day. So you can read about it. Then what you do, it's the clear section that says in an inspirational reading. So when you're doing an inspirational reading, you go to that section, and it clearly says detailed upright card messages. So if you pick the card like this, that's upright, you can go there. Now you'll notice a couple of things. There are several messages for each card. I wanted to capture the nuance of astrology, the nuance and duality of astrology. That's why I did that. That's why I did the reverse messages. That's why I have the several messages here. This is about developing your intuition. So what you do is you look that up, you read the different messages. One is about, beginning your journey. Another is going back to school, and if you've wanted to take a class or workshop, because this also covers higher education. Another is about doing something that involves either going to a foreign country, speaking a foreign language, eating foreign food, because this also covers foreign destinations. So, and it also covers publicity. So you read about that, and just you take a moment. You'll know intuitively which message is meant for you, and sometimes it's all of the above. So it's very simple. You bless the deck, you activate it, you say, please inspire and prepare me for today, or for the week, or for the month. Pick one card, see what it is, look it up, and just read the 2 pages that have to do with the card. Don't overwhelm yourself. You don't have to read all 300 pages. And then come back to it at the end of the day and see, well, how did that influence your day? And then tomorrow, then the next day you can pick another card. You can start simply. You sort of get used to that. You're developing a muscle. And then in the webinar, I'll go over more advanced spreads. Now, if you want to, let me tell you a little bit more about the reversed messages. So now, if you had selected the card like this, okay, then you look at the reversed message options in the book. Now, I have gotten a couple of messages that have said, how do I know if it's reversed? Okay. Most of them, I mean, I guess this one, I don't know, maybe that one's a little confusing. Okay, let's look at this one. Most of them, if you look at the watercolor, you can see, if I do this, you can kind of see, well, gee, she's upside down. Now, granted, sometimes people are supposed to be upside down in watercolors. I think for the most part, though, one, you look at the watercolor. If it's upside down, then it's reversed. You can usually just use your common sense. You can tell this is right side up. Two, there's only the heading, whether it's an element. So see how it says water? That's if it's going to have a planet or a zodiac sign, that's a house. Oh, the ascendant. This is an angle. It clearly says ascendant up there. That's the big category. The category is upright. Now, there are messages on each side, but you'll see there's no category on the reversed side. So I think you'll get the hang of it. Upright, reversed. Okay, and then you just look it up in the book and you take that in. Now, if you want to learn more about your own astrology, if you've had a reading with me, then you have your natal chart. If you don't have your natal chart, book a reading with me. I'll go over it with you. And this is just a way to get even more out of it. So say I'm just going to get a, oh, here we have a zodiac sign. Okay, Taurus. So say your sun is in Taurus and you want to know a little bit about Taurus. Well, you can look at the card and know that this represents your sun sign. And then purple represents the zodiac. You go to the purple color coding, which is right up here, and you find Taurus. And with the zodiac signs, a lot of what I've tried to do is I've not only tried to capture the nuance and duality of astrology, but I've also, it's all about balance. Are we in or out of balance? And so with each card, you're going to get not only a snapshot, which it tells you basic facts about it, but there is an in and out of balance section. So if your sun is in Taurus, one way to learn more about yourself and to make sure that you're in balance, look up the Taurus section, read about it, read the in balance, out of balance, and see, and you'll notice you will resonate probably with both, as we all do. Okay, as we all do. I include myself in that. But it's just so we can be aware. So at least we're striving to be in balance, even if we're not always completely successful. So that's another way where you can be just keeping at a very high vibration and staying connected to your energy and inspired to stay in balance with your energy. Now, I'll go over, so that's just your sun sign. You can go through your moon sign, your Venus, and all of that. And I'm going to give you more details in the webinar. Now, you can also just use it to learn astrology in general because it's a great reference and it gives you 2 to 4 pages on everything, every aspect, angles, as well as planets and zodiac signs. So it's a great reference tool. I use it as my textbook when I teach. It's very effective. It's been very helpful to students. They find it very helpful to have everything you can quickly find something and get to the root of it and say, oh yes, that's right, that's what that's about. And I also like to create energy collages. So as a visual, I like visual representations. I love art. That's why I've included such beautiful watercolors. And you can when I do the energy of the month, I'm basically creating an energy collage of the month. So when we're in a Mercury retrograde, pull out the Mercury retrograde card, put it on your refrigerator for those few weeks, just to remind you, oh yeah, we're in a Mercury retrograde, okay. And that'll just trigger all those things to do during a Mercury retrograde. You can also look it up and reread the 2 pages in here. And you can also do a natal collage, which is beautiful. If your sun is in Taurus, you can then say, oh, well, your sun is in Taurus, your moon is in Leo. You can start to create a visual and then take a picture of it. You can have it on your phone. You can put it on your refrigerator just to check in with it. So there are many ways to use this 52 card deck and guidebook, The Fundamentals of Astrology, to develop your psychic ability, strengthen your intuition, learn about astrology, learn about your personal astrology, make the most of the energy of the month. There's so many wonderful ways you can use this deck to help you reach higher levels of consciousness, help you reach your full potential of perfect health, happiness, and abundance. So these were just a few. I wanted to answer a few questions now, just as a quick start guide to get you going. And if you'd like to know more, and if I didn't get a chance to answer your question, please sign up for the webinar. It's free if you've already bought the book, or if you purchase this by January 15th, it's absolutely free. And we'll go over everything in depth. Buy it by January 15th. You can get it on Amazon. And I am so grateful. Thank you so much. This took me a while to put together. I worked very hard along with Tom Cummins. I'm so proud of it. It means the world to me that you all have embraced this, and I treasure every question you send me because it's really telling me that you're valuing it. You're valuing it, and you want to get the most out of it. So I am going to do everything I can to answer your questions, to make sure you have everything you need to get the most out of this. It's a wonderful tool. So thank you so much. It's been a wonderful year because of you all. So thank you. Happy holidays, and sign up, purchase the deck and sign up for that webinar. This is Heather Ariel with House of Astrology.